I wish I could sound a little bit smoother.
Last time we spoke, you talked about success, and congratulations on being ESPN's senior NBA insider. You said that you don't sit with success, and you always think about what's next. So what's next for you?
I think just continue to improve where I'm at and what I'm doing. I think I continuously want to get better and better on TV. I think that was a goal of mine last year. That continues to be a goal every year. I still feel sometimes when I leave set, I could have done 3-4 things better. I'll know immediately after I leave a hit or a segment that I do. I have to clean that up. And so maybe that level of perfection will never come.
I also feel like we are going into kind of like this age of TikTok where people are just talking to their cameras. And like you said, it's human nature, so I feel like it's more relatable that way.
When I'm when I do Pat McAfee show, when I do different shows, I'm able to show my personality a little more. When I'm sitting talking with you, I can show my personality a little more. But, a lot of what I do is very, news, 30, 45 seconds, and, how can I make the most of that moment? Showing personality, showing a little bit of spark, but then, keeping it very, all right, this is what's going on, this is what happened, this is what's next,
What is your personality like outside of what we see on X, on ESPN?
I think just, chill, laid back, chill, laid back, just, I think of myself, I'm pretty calm at all times.
Are you funny?
When I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say I did a lot of taping with Kevin Harlan years ago, and he makes it so fun.
Yeah.
And he's the best in the business. I'm going to do some more with Brian Anderson. They bring a different energy, different liveliness to it. And, I'm excited to joke around with them.
Awesome. Shams, always a pleasure. Welcome back to 2K TV, and we are so excited to see you again in NBA 2K26.
I'm excited to be here. I'm glad we're able to do number 2. We got many, many more coming up, Alexis. Let's get it.
I done seen deep waters in the Phoenix, but it's never determined what I yearn. I'd rather be in before the side of the skin. Polish of the work that my lyrics stay intact, and the tactic is always put my heart in these stats. Never have to fold cause the code keep it stacked. Gotta build the house, build the home of my, yeah. All my face been society. No more look back, rewinding. No more think, no providing. Alignment, refinement. Big chips in, ain't got nothing to lose. On my worst days, still got nothing to lose. Keeping every word, ain't got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to lose. All my fears been society. No more look back, rewinding. No more think, no providing.
Secure your place in our weekly $10,000 competition, King of the Court, presented by AT&T. 2026 has started with the reign of Ty CFB, winning an impressive 3 weeks straight. This is a chance for a dark horse, a new challenger, to arise and be crowned a new king. Give yourself the best chance by grabbing any of the new Dark Matter cards in My Team Now during the Battlegrounds Festival, including T-Mac, MJ, Devin Booker, and more. You'll win event cards that can be exchanged for limited time prizes that will definitely improve your lineup. Get into My Team now, enjoy the festival, and take your best shot in King of the Court.
We're back with Curry for some more knowledge on how to maximize your My Player builds in NBA 2K26. I got 2 more for My Player builds. How important is body types when you make builds?
Body types actually plays a role. Most people think it doesn't, but it really depends on the position that you're going to play. So for example, on a PG, having a more slider kind of body type kind of lets you visually be a little bit more agile, right? As a lockdown defender, having a bigger body type kind of gives you more of a visual, you take up more space on the court. So like I said, does it really make a massive difference? But visually, how you appear on the court, it does interfere with kind of how players can move back and forth. So I do believe that it is something that you should definitely try to adjust and tweak to see what fits your play style.
The other thing, I know as a point guard, when I create my point guards, motion styles are so important for me, passing styles, all that stuff. What advice would you give to players looking at motion styles and applying them to their My Player builds?
Oh, motion styles is like, it can be the difference between having a player that has 90 speed and the wrong motion style and you feel like you're running at 60. So motion style is one that you definitely want to be able to spend time looking at because it not only helps you move offensively but also defensively, which is extremely important. So that is something that a lot of players sleep on, and I think that having the right motion style for the right player, because every player is a little bit different for the motion style, plays a big role into how successful your player is going to feel on the court.
I like how you take things like rep and double XP. So how would you give tips to people that are coming in and maybe get one of those rewards in the daily spin or earn that through the season pass? Like, how would you give advice to new players coming in and kind of getting some of those seasonal rewards?
Yeah, I think it was a amazing Easter egg, and which is having the daily challenges. That is the most guaranteed way to be able to complete those 3 challenges. Not all the time can you accomplish it, but most days you can. And that's the easiest way to be able to get 2 times rep, guaranteed if you complete those challenges. I think that was a great opportunity there. And just to kind of piggyback on that, a lot of the times the content, the ideas that I have comes from conversations inside of even my own circle. It was like, I didn't know you get 2 times rep by doing the daily challenge. I'm like, oh, you didn't know that. I need to make a video on that and share that with everyone else. So that would be the best way to get started with getting 2 times rep, but then spinning the wheel, looking at those events. But that would be the best way to be able to get 2 times rep for sure.
Do you have any other tips for people that maybe want to create content, especially in 2K, since you're already doing that?
The biggest thing is just to start. I think that's where we all have a passion for the game that we play, and a lot of times we don't realize that we're way more knowledgeable, and we think that we need to be the best at the game to help someone become better. It's not always about education. It's sometimes about your entertainment, your experience as you go through this process. But I always think about it at the scale. Anyone that wants to start content, I always think about it as like, hey, there's a scale of 1 to 10, and you may be a 6, right? So you may not be able to help the 7, 8, 9s, but the 1 through 5s, they're behind you. You can help them. You can share your knowledge. So the biggest thing for me is just start, because you never know what doors are going to open up, and you're going to learn by doing, as opposed to just sitting here thinking and contemplating like I did for many years before I started my 2K channel. And it's been the greatest experience, and there's tons of other creators in the space that you're in that already paved the way, have the experience that you can learn from their mistakes and be able to get a head start on the journey.
One more question for you. Badges are so important, and you can mix and match things around. What advice would you give for people jumping into their badges and applying them to said build?
It all starts with the builder, right? When it comes to badges and having all these max +1s and max +2s and just all these opportunities, it really allows you to think about this. I really want to shoot at a high clip, but I know I don't need a super high 3 ball, but I do want to have a higher set shot specialist or a higher dead eye. So what I'm thinking about is like, hey, how much shooting do I need to get gold? So then I can max +2 it and get it to legend. Or how can I leverage a specialization to get it higher? So again, I think there's so much customization to your play style. And the beautiful thing about it is that you're not stuck, right? You have the ability to switch it game to game and go through that process. So I always say there's 2 paths. Double down on your strengths or improve your weaknesses. And I think that's the best way to leverage the badge system.
That's some goated hooping advice right there, if I must say so myself. That was perfectly put. I agree, by the way. I agree with all of that.
We're excited to check out your content. Tell everybody out there how to see you and where to see you.
Yeah, sure. I'm on YouTube at GHA Curry, and that's where I'm sharing all the 2K knowledge.
tips in under 24 seconds. Gauntlet is a brand new board to play in Breakout. You're used to competing with your best lineup, but how deep is your entire collection? In each run of Gauntlet, you can use each player card only once, unless you complete objectives, which give a random player card another chance. Progress to earn more difficult games and great rewards. Test out your collection. Can it survive the Gauntlet?
Top plays. Scott Moak here, Sacramento Kings PA announcer. Back for more in Season 4. Ready to take a look at your first two contenders? Let's dig in. First up is JUV in the event center, using a massive escape dribble to stun the defender, then gives us a jumper to remember. That's a mega bonus crossover worthy of the events. 2 defenders for the price of 1. Talk about a tough assignment. Let's go to Miguel next in the Proving Grounds. Digging deep in their bag, loses the first defender and cans a sardine at the rim. Dribbling double damage. Looking at the application here, yeah, I'd say this player is definitely proven. And both defenders, well, they're left on the ground. Great play. Vote now for your top play of the week. Is it the hot handles or the proven prowess? And while you're voting, we're looking for the next top plays contestants on social. Post yours with your gamer tag and the hashtag 2KTVWAP. Maybe we'll see you here soon. Until next time, I'm going to the grocery store, getting on the PA, and announcing purchases. And now, from the produce section, it's seedless grapes. See ya.
Remember, if you want to know who won the top play of Season 3, you can find out on all our social channels.
We're at NBA2K_2KTV. You'll find the weekly top play winner and so much more.
Until then, enjoy the game, send some top plays in, and we'll see you out there. We're back with some more 2K TV, and the trade deadline is approaching, and you know what that means? There's a lot happening around the NBA.
And I know my phone's going to be blowing up with news from the guy who seems to have his ear in every single front office. It's the one, the only, Shams.
I love a little Shams notification, you know what I'm saying? And in NBA 2K26, well, he's there too.
He made his debut last year in the game, and we caught up with him to see how it feels to be immortalized in 2K. Take a look.
Then he packed up his guitar and tried to find a place to play. But they gazed his head and made sure he was. Now his last thoughts were the things he didn't say. Right on, right on, right on.
We just broke the cover.
It's awesome.
Just broke the cover.
Who gave you that insight? No, I'm just
I
kidding.
can't give that up. But I don't know if 2K was happy or not. But I have to get when I get the information, I gotta do what I gotta do with it. You know. So.
We love the hustle. Shams, welcome back to NBA 2K TV. Now, when we last spoke, you were about to make your debut in NBA 2K. We're here a year later. Tell me about the reaction from fans, friends, anybody.
I mean, it was great, like being in random places, and obviously it's a lot more youthful crowd that I would get, and they would just talk about how, you know, I was playing my career, and I heard you say I got like called up, or like it was great, just moving around, just on my normal day-to-day, and getting feedback about, you know, people playing my career, or people playing in-game, you know,
Had to do it to him, yeah, had to do it to him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, all I ever wanted was a black grand national. Being rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I admit it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take it. Yeah, watch me do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a gone. You a man, baby. I don't understand, baby.
rotation.
In my career, you're talking about they're my player. You're impacting their life. So what do you think that's like for the player out there?
I think it brings realism, and it brings, like, you know, if you're playing my career and you get called up, or you're getting more minutes, or you're getting promoted in the lineup, or whatever the case may be, it's just more realistic when you have, I guess,